Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. And I just want to say good morning to everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And say hello to everyone as you join us from wherever you are. You're joining us. And my voice is gone, so forgive me. It's one of those things that happen when you are singing your favorite song while you're driving in the car down the freeway. That guy you know, hey, number one daddy, huh? Etwan, KP37 Ball Shake. Hey, y'all, you have the most interesting names. Eric YT, at Lee 367, Brandon H. You guys have some serious names here. Hi. Red Boy 3000. Okay. Slim Gotti 987. Really? Yo, I'm new here from my tag app. Hey, that is just the most, you guys have the most amazing names. Well, welcome to this audience and this platform. Thanks so much for joining us. RO8410. What a name. I'm reading out the names of my Facebook friend, my Periscope and so on. Guru628, Robin Banks 4. Good morning, Mike 54321. Incredible. Hi. Just hi. Hi. WJ Asif. Hi. I'm just saying hi to you all because you have the most interesting names here. Like, it's like crazy, 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 right? Hey, Sean, how are you? It's just crazy, crazy folks, crazy stuff. Uh, um, so I just wanted to say thank you so much, everybody. And to just thank you so much, Peter Conquy. Good morning. Now, this is an interesting story. Peter Conquy's sisters and I went to high school together. So I went to a little known fact about me. I went to an all-girl Catholic high school. Anybody knows what that is like? Repressive, oppressive, right? Repressiveness, repressive sexuality. While the priests were busy having sex with children, they were telling us to repress our sexuality and telling us to wait until marriage, but the priests were busy having sex with children. Hello, how is that? Right? And this explains to a great deal why people are so apathetic towards organized religion. Because in the essence of it, organized religion taught repressiveness. And I just want to clear that out because organized religion for the last 500-600 years was a man's thinking, and it was a man's way of controlling people. Do you see where I'm coming from? If you read the Bible explicitly with some level of understanding or some level of seeking to understand what God is about, you'll find that that's not the way that it is designed to be. But the way that it was taught and executed and presented, that it was all about the delivery. Do you know that? You can have the worst message, but have the best delivery and people respond to it. It's all about the delivery. And what happens with organized religion was they taught so much repression and oppression, repression of people's urges. There were more don'ts than do's. There were more can'ts than can'ts. And so people became turned off because in one sense, we all knew our parents were having sex. In some places, parents were having sex with other parents. The priests were having sex with children, but yet you were telling people not to have sex. And it explained the hypocrisy of it. And the way in which it is presented, it's never presented that in a way that is, that is explainable and that is applicable to your everyday circumstance. It's not presented like, look, we have all sinned and come short of the glory. No, they say that only when they're caught. But they don't say, I'm human just like you. I suffer from the same challenges that you suffer from. I have the same stuff come upon me, the same stuff come into my house, the same challenges, the same temptations. No, they made it seem like they were perfect. Remember, I went to an all-girl Catholic high school. And the nuns were white. And we were girls, y'all. And they wanted us to wear white uniforms while we were having periods. And we were young girls. Do you know how many times we ended up in the bathroom washing period stains out of our white uniforms? Tell me if that's not repression. To this day, I still don't wear white because I can't, because I'm like, it just comes from, oh my gosh, yeah, let me try. Right? I kid you not. They told us we couldn't wear hoop earrings because it was sinful. But we could wear, I wore pearl knobs and was so conservative for most of my life that we couldn't wear stuff 3 inches above the knee. I never wore miniskirts for years, and I had the greatest legs. And I wouldn't show them off. I would never enjoy looking at my legs because of that repression. I kid you not. They they controlled us so much and programmed us so much that even when it came time for you to have sex and you went into bed to have sex, you wouldn't even enjoy sex because it sounded like sex was sinful. But the people who were telling you not to have sex are the people who are having the most sex. They told you not to do this. It was more filled with don'ts. So people are like, who needs religion? Who needs that kind of stuff if it's going to tell me what I can't do? Instead of saying it the way Jesus said it, look, can you just love one another? That's what Jesus said. Can you just love one another? If you love one another, it's going to explain away and do a whole lot of stuff. Because God tried it in the Old Testament by leaving a bunch of rules with people. Matter of fact, he left 10 rules, 10 major rules. They call them the commandments. He left 10 major rules. And people polluted that stuff. And then he said, I'm going to show you throughout the Old Testament. I said, I'm going to show you why it's a bad idea not to follow the 10 rules. And then people went to town with it. And they went overboard with it. And he said, whoa, that's not what I intended. And you've now usurped it. So he tried to change it. And he sent Jesus to come and explain it away. And they killed him because they like the oppression. So what you are getting as organized religion is what they want to present as a form of control. You've got to see it like that. Religion is a form of control. It's how you control people's minds. You have millions of people. How are you going to control them? You can't use guns all the time. So you use other forms, and one of them is religion. Right? So anyway, I went to this all-girls Catholic high school, and Peter Conquy, who was one of my Facebook friends, and his sisters and I went to high school together. He went to an all-boys college. They were not Catholic. No, I'm not taking tales out of school. Those boys were boys, right? Back then, boys were boys. I don't know about what boys are today, but back then, boys were boys. And they were cool. And their thing was to walk through the perimeter of our school just to see the girls. And we ourselves were just as curious to see the boys. So it's all good. That's what it's supposed to be like, right? I don't even know why they have all girls school and dormitories and stuff like that. That stuff needs to go out the window. What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm not saying you put them all in the same place, but have a dorm for boys and one for girls. They're going to have sex anyway. Give them all condoms and birth control. Responsible sex. So you see what I'm saying? Instead of telling people don't have sex, the minute you tell someone don't do something, what is it they do? They go and do it. They're going to go find out why you're telling me not to, right? And you talk about, I'm a parent and do I teach sex education to my children? You bet I do. But how I present it is here are the consequences if you do. I don't just say you don't, I just say, when you do, if you do, this is what will happen. And you can't live with the consequences because I'm going to kill you. Do you see what I'm saying? But I'm not, that's not going to win. Right? Right. So today we've been talking about sex and issues for better or for worse. And we're going in the conversation about what happens as we mature in our sexuality. It's something I find that it's a conversation that does not happen often enough. It's brushed under the carpet. People don't talk about it. Meanwhile, people are experiencing real life issues. And so I want to talk about it so that you can experience it, and so that you can know. So just in case it's happening to you, you don't feel like you're floating on an island somewhere. Sometimes when things happen and we go to the doctor, we tend to feel like I'm the only person whom this is happening to. And that's not true. We are human. And chances are, if it's happening to you, chances are it's happening to someone else, right? We dry up. No, we don't. That's why they made KY jelly. Right? So I wanted to talk about menopause. Yesterday we talked about erectile dysfunction. And oh, like you didn't know, please. And so today I want to talk about sex and menopause and what happens. And so that we have a better understanding that, because sometimes marriages fail and a man is not exactly telling a woman whom he's been married to for 20 years why he's leaving her for someone 25. He's not exactly saying why. He also has erectile dysfunction, but hey, he's not going to tell you that. He's going to give you other reasons. So here's what happens in menopause, right? So a woman starts life out as a teenager and she starts having periods. And periods are the way that keeps her reproductive system rolling, right? Periods every month, it builds up a cycle, it releases as a period that blood thing that comes out of her vagina, yes, but that is a process that is connected to her sexuality and her fertility, right? So she has periods for 30 years, and the periods are caused by the estrogen that is built up that keeps the vaginal canal lubricated, right? When the periods stop coming after a while, for some people, for some folks, it's not happening in their 30s. I don't know why. It happens typically after 45. Between 45 and 55, most women are in that perimenopausal stage where the periods start slowing down. Whether they change, they become irregular. During that time, there is not much estrogen being released by the body. Consequently, your skin changes, you dry up. But more importantly, the vaginal canal that is dependent on its own lubrication that comes from sexual stimulation becomes a little drier. So sex becomes more painful. But that's not the real issue why sex happens less during menopause. It's because you can always use KY jelly or Vaseline or whatever if that is the case. Let's just be frank. We're adults here. So we're not talking anything that people haven't tried and so on. We're not running from the issue. We're confronting the issue because these are the facts. The real reason is not because the vaginal canal isn't stimulated anymore. You know the real reason why sex is painful? It's the way we've been programmed. Our perception is that we're no longer what? Sexually attractive. And because we're no longer sexually attractive, we think we're no longer sexually attractive, then we're not rising to the occasion and pursuing other forms of pleasure. It's that simple. So a man, he doesn't get away with it because don't think the man at 50 is the same man he was at 30. By no stretch of the imagination, that's not true. The man at 50 is experiencing erectile dysfunction. He probably is buying that street Viagra that you don't know about because he doesn't want a trail. So he probably isn't telling you that he has street Viagra that he's taking as a stimulant. So he's blaming you for not having sex, woman, when in fact he's just as much having issues. So he seeks to go to a younger woman with whom he doesn't have to try as hard to make his penis become more erect and to stay longer. A younger woman really is less experienced. She probably doesn't know it. And he tells himself, I'm with a younger woman who has the how shall I say, lubricated vaginal canal that he is looking for. So ladies, I'm going to help you all out now today. I'm your best friend. I'm your sister girl. Say sister girl. Y'all need to say sister girl. So I'm going to help you all out today because I think you've been getting a bad rap. And I want to tell you that some women I know who have experienced menopause, they're having more sex than you and I have ever had. They're telling me that it's such a freedom now, honey, that you don't need to worry about that. So can I just help you? But these are things that we don't talk about. My friends who are 55 and over who have experienced menopause, they're telling me they're having the time of their lives with sex. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Because now that, guess what? They don't have to worry about what? Getting pregnant, right? So sorry is the man who thinks that just because you're not having periods anymore means that you are no longer sexually available or sexually appealing. He's an idiot, because older women have all the tricks. Women who have had sex longer, they know all the tricks. They know how to get it up, how to get it down. When it comes to the bedroom, they are uninhibited. They sit there and cross their legs and they act like they're grandmas in public. But when the bedroom door closes, they get it on. Right? So for all you men out there who, I don't want my wife anymore because she's going through menopause. Okay, sucks to be you. You wonder why younger men call them cougars. You think they call them cougars because they look like a cat? They call them cougars because that cat gets them and keeps them happy while you're busy running around with your penis in your hand looking for some 25-year-old who, you find out after a while that you really have erectile dysfunction and you have to take Cialis or Viagra. I'm just saying, women have gotten a bad rap for a natural body function. It's not a cessation of life. It's just another cycle of life. When we were young girls, our bodies had to prepare for periods. But then our bodies had to stop periods. It's just a part of the cycle of life. Then our bodies adjust. Well, we can talk about the vaginal canal and so on. I'll talk about Kegels. Just give me a second. We'll get there. Right? But do you see what I mean? So for the woman who is experiencing that, I don't know, why don't we talk about sex? Why don't we say, well, I am having issues with feeling sexually stimulated, that my body is not naturally lubricating. What other forms of lubricants can I use? KY jelly is safe. They sell it in the store. I've seen it. I nearly died laughing. Don't judge me. I was in I think it was Walmart, and they sell it in the section, I think, with the other oils like baby oil and stuff. And I saw this pretty box. It was purple. So I was picking it up, and my daughter was like, "What the hell are you doing?" And I'm like, "What?" They say it moisturizes. So I was ready to go, say it's something I can keep in my car to rub on my, my hands and stuff. My daughter slapped it out of my hand. She said, "You realize what that is? That's cute." I said, "Oh crap, is this it?" And I'm like, "Ooh, I thought they only sold it in specialty stores. I didn't know it was mass produced." So if you're having problems with lubricating, get that. You know what else works? Gas, nutrition. Yes, stop drinking alcohol. It's not going to help. And if you are married to a man who is telling you that your days are over and he doesn't find you sexy enough, ditch his ass and get his money and go get a Brazilian butt lift, a breast lift, yeah? And get a tummy tuck and go find a man who will say, "Gee, you rock my world." I kid you not. I kid you not. It's not fair. It is not fair, because so often men have made it seem as if women are the issue, and that when a woman goes through menopause, she's dried up and done. Really? I want to tell you about my friend who is 70. She has more sex than I've ever had in my life. I kid you not. She dates. She dates. And she's as happy all day as anything. She's like, "Girl, what's your problem?" So the men who say that, you clearly are showing your lack of experience and lack of appreciation for a woman's body, and the fact that you don't know jack. It comes back down again. No wonder they call us women Mother Earth. We really do know stuff, don't we? And we really do know how to do things. I more and more every day as I grow older, I'm really beginning to appreciate being a woman. Because you can look at a man who acts like a fool and say, "That's a fool indeed." So often we see men leaving their wives of 20 years, 30 years for a younger woman. And this is you looking at him like, "Are you foolish?" So when you go to the younger woman and she wants to have children, and you want to start that process over, and when you're 60 and you have a 5-year-old running around, and you're tired, but you have to go work now to provide for the second family, instead of at 60 you're coasting down the freeway of love and coasting down the highway. Is Am I being real here? Are you hearing me? Think about that. What you running after? Your penis getting erect? You have a problem where you have an erectile dysfunction. Because after a while, after you marry the 30-year-old, within a year, she's going to be just like every other woman. She's not going to want to have sex because she has the baby who is now the center of her universe. And she's not going to find you attractive. Furthermore, it's taking you too long to get it up. And she's looking at you like, I'm 30. What am I doing with this old man who can barely get his dick out? Let me go back to my 30-year-old boyfriend at work, my 35-year-old boyfriend at work. She starts cheating. It's inevitable. Men who are past 50, listen to me. That young woman you're chasing that you think makes you so hot and you tell your friends how she get it up, you're not the only one she's doing. You do know that, right? Because your old ass can't sustain her. She has a 16-year-old and she has a 30-year-old right there who is her real boyfriend. She's taking you for a ride. So sit there and figure that out. It's a rare woman who is in her 20s and 30s with an older man who stays true. It's a rare one. I was one of them. I was the rare one, right? Because it's a whole different experience. Because an older man sometimes with a younger woman becomes very controlling. And to a younger woman, she can't be bothered with that. She doesn't want to be controlled. She thought the man she met would be okay. And then if the older man is rich, he's looking around like he has options. What options you have for a penis implant? Sit yourself down, because you only have this much of a lifespan, and you might as well try to be as healthy for as long as you can. Because trust me, when sickness comes, it knows no boundaries, it knows no barriers, and it's going to take you out just the same. So ladies, we need to rethink what menopause is. I watched my mother go through menopause. She started late. She started after 55, right? And I watched mom go through it, and she had the terrible hot flashes. But what did not diminish was her libido. It did not diminish. She told me it didn't diminish, right? She said she used KY jelly, she and her husband. Her husband was an idiot, right? But mom said she didn't see the big deal about it. She was just as much a woman as any other time in her life. And if I thought that was just mom saying that, I found out from my older friends that, like I said, they're busier than I am, and you are. They have no inhibitions because now they can never get pregnant, and they're laughing at us. It feels the same. Hello, people, men and women. The vagina is one of the most wonderful contraptions God ever made. The vagina is a muscle. Did you know that? Use it and it uses right back. Nothing wrong with it. Ladies, if you think you have gray hair down there, go get some Just for Men and color that bad boy up. Exercise it up when you're doing your pee stuff and do your Kegels and keep it moving. It's a muscle. It snaps back. Go do your Kegels. Sit on the toilet and pee and do your Kegels. Do your Kegels standing, walking, laying. Do butt squats that help to keep the muscle going, right? It's a muscle. It snaps back. The human body is fascinating, but the female human body is even more fascinating because we carry life. We make life. A man gives us sperm. We turn it into a human being. Then we feed the human being from our own bodies while he's standing up there fooling around, running around town with his dick in his hand like he's in a candy store. We're making life and preserving life. We're feeding the baby from our breast while cooking a meal, while working, while being a doctor, lawyer, teacher, writer, advocate, nurse, cook, janitor, whatever we do, all the roles we play. We're feeding the baby. Not a whole other human being is housed in our bodies. Look at that. Our bodies then stretch to this so that human being can come out between our legs, or they cut us to take the baby out, right? And we hold that baby, that human being. That's a human being. A baby is a human being. While men are still running around like, what happened here? still searching. Nothing is more amusing to me than a man who is still searching for himself. I find that so amazing and amusing. It makes me roll over. Women, we have the secret. We have what men want, for men who want women, that is, right? We have what men want. Use it. Pretty it up. Exercise it. Nowadays, they have laser surgery that can tighten it up and restore it to pre-baby days. A lot of women do that. I still think it's in the mind. I don't know that it go exercise the muscle. Okay, right? If that makes you feel good about it, go do it. I've asked a gynecologist who specializes in that, and he's like, "Well, it depends on who you are and who you're having sex with, right? That matters. Go use it. It's a muscle." And sex at any age is great. Ask women who are past 55. You think your mother and grandmother ain't getting it on? Why do you think they're still sleeping together? Why do you think your grandmother still looks at her husband like that? And if she sees any younger fooling around him, she's ready to, right? I'm just saying. So menopause does not mean you stop having sex. Part of the problem with menopause is the added emotional stress that we attach to it, that life is over, because we've been so programmed and conditioned. And you got to ask yourself, who created this? Men and younger women and gay men. That's who created this messaging that a woman's sexual days are over. I dare one of them to come to me. I'll show you a thing or two, but I'm not going to prove it to you, but you're going to have to take my word for it. Because I know within myself that that's not true, based on whom I've talked to. So if it feels a little dry, ladies, go grease it up with some KY jelly. Keep some in your bedroom, right? And and the most important thing is you have got to stop thinking of yourself that you don't matter sexually anymore. Stop thinking, well, my only purpose now is to bake cookies and be just someone's mother and someone's mother-in-law. No, you're not. You are still Betty, who has a vagina, who needs sex just the same. Do you see what I'm saying? Because that's what's happening. That's the programming that you see all these ads on TV. Oh, you're no longer matter. Hell no. I like the ad that shows the woman who is in menopause, who is as slim and beautiful as anything. She's walking into her bedroom in her lingerie looking like she just stepped off Vogue, the pages of Vogue. That's the image. So go out and buy yourself some new sexy underwear. Put on some mood music or something. And start thinking of yourself. Change the way that you think about sexuality. Because now you can finally have sex without ever worrying about getting pregnant. Because all our lives, guess what we think about? Oh my God, I'll get pregnant. Did my period come? Did it not come? When is my period due? When is it not due? Oh my gosh, I can't wear white. I can't wear this. I can't wear that. I have to remember to do this. I have to remember to do that. Oh, during my period, I can't do this. I can't go on honeymoon. I can't go on vacation. No. And then all of a sudden you get to a stage where you don't have to worry about that anymore. Right? Then we have issues with our boobs because our boobs change, because now the hormones that make periods also affect our boobs. So at that time of the month, your boobs swell up and so on. So it starts, massage your boobs. They belong to you. Ladies, put your hands on your own body. What's wrong with us? Not talking about as if we're so programmed to think our own something is wrong with us receiving pleasure, giving pleasure, and making ourselves pleasured. We think something is wrong. Why do you think God created sex? You think God created sex so some man can get on you and hump till he gets happy and you're just laying there like a statue? No, God created sex so you can be happy too. But how are you going to be happy if you're just thinking what he's thinking? How about what you like? Find out. Do you know what you like? Or you're going off of programming from that repressive, oppressive childhood messaging and the foolishness that's on, that you watch. And that is telling you, no, menopause is just another life change. It doesn't mean life is over, does it? Does it mean life is over? No, it means that this is just another phase that you're going through that is going to lead to sexual liberty, true sexual liberty, because now you never have to worry about being pregnant at all. The only thing you have to worry about is how many times can I do this? Because now you don't have to worry about your periods anymore. You don't have to worry about ovulation. Think about that. You don't have to worry about my boobs are going to be so heavy at a certain time of the month. They're so sensitive. You don't have to worry about the rapid mood changes. Menopause is natural. Rethink it. It's all in our minds. Rethink it. My mom went through it like she didn't even focus on it. She was just like, it's just another part of life. Mom, by the time mom turned 55, mom was at the stage where she was like, oh my God, can it be done? I'm tired of this. There was a time when mom and all her daughters were having periods, and she was like, this can't be. I remember her getting so frustrated. And I'm like, Mom, it's a part of life. And she's like, it's time for it to end. And she was just going on and on about it. Didn't matter to her. She had rethought it. And remember, my mom is past 20, right? So the messaging she got growing up was that a woman got dried up after 40. There is nothing could be further from the truth, ladies. Are you really listening to that? It's all about the person you're with and how much they're stimulating you and how much your own mind is going to stimulate your pituitary gland that governs your sexual urges. Okay, so I am done. Okay. So you're going to have to go back into your own mind and start reprogramming your mind and tell your mind that I may have less estrogen, but I probably don't need it that much, because too much estrogen might be a bad thing. I definitely don't need fake synthetic estrogen, but I definitely do want to continue to have sex because I like sex. One of the things I discovered was that taking birth control pills delay menopause, if that is your goal. But the double-sided part of that is that birth control pills is what? Artificial synthetic estrogen. You're at greater risk for getting cancer, ovarian cancer. So you might as well, you're going to choose which one you want. Just let the natural processes take over. We're getting older. We're not losing our periods as early as our parents did, as our mothers and grandmothers did. We're still having periods later. So many women are in their 50s and are like, oh my God, I'm still having periods, right? And if you talk about fibroids, which seems to be most common amongst African-American women, a lot of that comes from diet. Yeah, what we eat. Change what you eat. A lot of it comes from diet, right? And some of the things that we need to do that retards our own health, such as drinking and smoking, a lifetime of drinking and smoking. We started when we went to college, and it was so fun, and we never stopped. We did it for 30 years. We started smoking as teenagers, 12, 13, 14, and 15. You have a lifetime of smoking. You're done. Those are the things that retard and impact our health negatively. All about lifestyle change. So change it. Change it. And change the way you think about it. That's the most important thing. True, meaningful change comes. True, meaningful change comes when you start thinking different. And for many of us, that does not happen, right? We tend to look at life and we tend to think that it only comes this way. And you're going to listen to the messaging on television. Let me hear what some folks are saying. Hey, Red Bull. Really, Dr. Simpson? Dr. Simpson, you're too bad. You need to go. You need to go away. Stop saying that, Red Bull. Seriously, dude, is that what you're telling people? My friend Dr. James Simpson is a riot over here on Facebook talking about Red Bull. Dr. Simpson, go away. Go away. Bye. Right? It's just crazy. But do you see what I mean? We have to rethink it, ladies. And ladies, for the love of God, go shopping for lingerie. Get some Fredericks of Hollywood. Have you been to go online and look up exotic underwear? Look up exotic lingerie. Fulfill your fantasies. The kids are out of the house. This is what I don't understand with us. The children have grown up and are gone. Why the hell are you all not having fun in bed? Think about it. It's time to dim the lights. Saturday mornings, you don't have to get up to go to a soccer practice or drive a kid to a lacrosse. You don't have to get up to drive a kid to any kind of dance recital or dance rehearsal or choir rehearsal or nothing. They're all gone. Change your bedroom furniture, for crying out loud. Red Bull is not good for you anyway. The trash they put in those energy drinks. Talk about it. It is. And it's so synthetic. And do you know they put a lot of stimulants in that stuff? My daughter says she took it during college and it made her so overly stimulated. She stayed up for almost 24 hours. She never ever took it again because she was studying for a final. And I'm like, what did mom tell you? She's like, yes, no. Right? We change the way you think about sex. Stop what you're all doing. You're not thinking about it. Rethink it. So you think I'm old. This is you at 50. This is how I like to sit. Yes, it made your heart race fast. That's true, right? This is you all at 50 and 55. This is me. I'm 52. Do you see me? What do you think about me? You think I'm giving up? Are you kidding me? You must be out of your mind, baby. I'll be 85 going strong. I'll be 95 and still sitting with my legs crossed and wearing 6-inch heels. Don't joke with me. I stretch my muscles and work out every day to keep my muscles nimble. Some of you all need to go buy some new athletic wear and go down to the gym and show these young girls how to do it. I'm serious. I kid you not. I kid you not. Thank you. Do you see what I mean? It's all about the way you think. My daughter said something to me. My oldest daughter is 26. I have 2 daughters. They're 10 years apart. So she's almost 27. My 17-year-old is 17 now, right? And my oldest daughter said to me, Mom, you think you are perpetually hot and young all the time. I said, yeah. And we were in Victoria's, I kid you not, we were in Victoria's Secret a couple of days ago, one of my favorite stores that you all need to put on your shopping list when you go to the mall. You need to go to Victoria's Secret. I went, and lately I've been going in there, and there are a lot of matured women in there. And I'm smiling, right? And I go in there and I'm buying bras. And I'm getting fitted, 34 triple D, y'all. Yeah, I had to go get fitted because, my bras were squeezing and stuff. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? And they were like, you need to get fitted. 34 triple Ds. I nearly fell out. I was like, I thought they say they shrunk after a while. No, they don't. The girl was like, Mom, the girl was like, lady, that's what people pay for. Hello, some of you all ladies, you have like triple G's up here. Go to Victoria's Secret. Go to Fredericks of Hollywood. Special order. And because you're like, I'm hiding my sexuality because your husband is the man who wants to see it, but you never show him. You have it covered under all those layers. Go sit down and cross your legs. Go shopping when he's not around. You, yourself, and if you have a girlfriend whom you have fun with, you all go shopping together and laugh about it, right? Or call me up. I'll come with you. Just inbox me. I'll meet you at Victoria's Secret. I'll help you choose. Right? Rethink it and have a laugh about it. So you go to the doctor and your period starts ceasing and they tell you menopause is coming. Don't go home with a long face. Girl, go home, go online and plan a vacation. Plan a vacation. You're celebrating. It's just another change. Because now you never have to worry about waking up in the middle of the night and feeding anybody's baby. Your children start having babies. You're like, they want to drop them off. This is you with your calendar. Excuse me. I'm busy. I have things to do. Bye. Right? It's the way you think. Stop acting like you're old. And the people who are telling you that, you ever look at them and see how they look? They look like they're just 20. Their skin looks like a newborn babe. They're wearing the latest and the greatest. They look great all the time. What is it? They just want to be admired and you look like a fool all day long? It's all about the messaging. It's the same thing. I'm telling you all this, folks. Y'all don't believe me. I'm going to stop talking because y'all not listening. You don't believe me at all. You're still thinking the way you've been programmed to think, the way they want you to think. That it's over, pull the covers over and roll over. Hell no. My friends who are in their 70s, they have more sex than you and I do. They're busier. You can't even catch up with her. She calls you 5 minutes, she's gone. And you call her back, girl, I was busy. What's up? That's it. Yeah. Like, yes. Or, so and so, I was out with so and so. And I'm like, my God, your life is busier. Right? It's all about the way you think. You're still hot. What happened to that youthful person who was living inside of you? Did you kill her? Did you cut her off? Did you let the negative messaging tell you that it's over? Look at your husband. They tell you that he's old. Y'all need to go shopping. Call me, inbox me. Inbox me. I'll take you both shopping. You'll find a new rev on life. Change your diet. Now the kids are gone. You can sit down in the mornings and enjoy your cup of coffee. How about that? Right? It's a shame being taught to have an old mindset, setting them up to be alone. It is true. You start telling people, so women are afraid of aging because we're telling them that when they get to 45, this is what they're going to experience. Life goes down. Men don't want you anymore. Your vagina, it gets dry and it gets caked up. And then it loses its elasticity. It's a muscle. Go stretch it. Go to the guy. There's one. Hi, if you live in Michigan, in Metro Detroit, there's a guy who has a surgery on Beverly Hills. He tells me that he has clients from all over the world who come and he uses laser. Or just do some old-fashioned Kegels. It is a muscle. And like I said, go put a color on it. Put some paint on it. Everything looks better with paint. Color it up if you feel like that's what you need to do. Shave it, color it, go get a bikini wax, go get a Brazilian wax, go get a butt wax, whatever. Go try it. You might just like it. Go get a massage. Go to the spa and let them put the salts around your waist and stuff. No, you don't have to pay for soccer practice and so on. How about spending it on you? You're going to listen to this negative messaging. You ever seen the people who are 55 and older? Have you ever watched those ads? The ones that talk about if you're 55 and older, and they always show somebody with a lot of gray hair. Who wears gray anymore? Go color that bad boy up. Can I just share something with you? They found gray hairs in my head when I was 21. When I was 25, they found gray hairs. I went for a wax on my legs. They found gray hairs on my legs. I was 25. I thought I was amused at 21. I didn't know what to do. So we just let it grow out, and then it fitted with the rest of my hair. But you see, when I turned 28, I'm like, color that bad boy up. Oh, brown, baby. I went to the stylist. I'm like, brown hair, please, if you don't mind. Thank you. Then I found out that my ethnicity tends to have reddish brown hair. So every now and then my stylist finds reddish brown hair at the back of my head. And she's like, girl, you just need to get, I'm like, color everything, color. Let hair color become your best friend. Just for Men does not have ammonia in it. I didn't say that. No, I didn't say that. You want to be attractive. So you're single. Your husband left you because he thinks the 25-year-old secretary he's been having sex with can do it better than you. Laugh at him because the 25-year-old man for you is waiting around the corner. Hello. So go pretty it up, put some paint on it, right? And look great at any stage of life. What is the point? Can I just ask you something? What is there to look forward to? If the messaging is going to tell me that when I turn 50, I am going to look like an old woman. I never, by the way, just so you all know, I never received that message. I told myself from I was 20 that I'm going to look forever 28. I was never going to be that one who looks like I'm, headed downhill. No, baby. I've been tweezing and plucking and tweezing and plucking and moisturizing and exfoliating everywhere and exercising and all kinds of stuff forever and a day. And I'm going to continue doing it. Y'all going to see me when I'm 85. And you're going to forget that I've lived longer than you have, right? And you're going to say, hey, can I take you out? And I'm going to say, sure. I'm going to be like, are you ready? you're not ready for this. Right? Right? So there's no such thing. It's all in the mind. It's part of the process. The periods are going to stop, and it's not painful. Just think about it. You won't have period pains anymore. It's not about that. What it is just another phase of life that means you can enjoy your body even more. Explore your own sexuality. Turn off the lights. Go put on some sexy underwear, some sexy lingerie. You can finally go to the gym without having to worry to go rush pick up somebody. Some of you all, your children don't want you to think you are sexual beings. So they want to put you in the role of being grandma. How about calling me Nana? I tell my oldest daughter when we're out, I said, don't call me mom. I'm like, call me sis. Guess what she does? She says, Mom, I guess what I do? Answer. Programming. So I'm trying to deprogram myself. I kid you not. I'm trying to deprogram myself, right? I'm like, don't call me mom. I want people to think I'm young and juicy. I don't want them to think I'm old enough to have you. I'm like, no, don't, just chill. So now I'm telling my 17-year-old, don't you dare. I'm like, she's like, well, Mom. I said, no, you're 17 now. When you were 14, it was cute. No, you're 17. I'm so like, quit. This is me all day. Me and my girls. Because girls could be anything. They could be your sisters or so. Me and my girl. I'm not saying daughters to anybody. Hello. Some of us, our children want to put us in the role of grandma. I think we're going to be grandma baking cookies. I'll be standing over the stove baking cookies in my Fredericks of Hollywood and my lingerie. Oh, you come roll up on me without knocking or phoning me that you're coming? Well, sucks to be you. Whatever you find when you arrive, you find. Hello, somebody. Yeah, I'll bake cookies for my grandchildren. Of course I will. But how am I going to look baking those cookies? You think I'm going to be in gray hair with a what do they call that? A scarf on my head and an Aunt Jemima wrap around my head and an apron on? I have nothing. First of all, I have the apron on. There's nothing under it but underwear anyway. Ladies, come on, have fun. I've been to too many funerals in the last several years. And I've often asked myself, how did they live their lives? You realize that life is fragile and that you only live once? This is the only frame of life that we know. The rest of it, it's not guaranteed. We don't know for sure. So what are you going to do while you're here? You're going to turn 50 and just roll over. It's so over. Girl, if your eggs still work, go make that baby and be done with it. Hello. Right? It's all about the way we think. It's programming. Years ago when I think I had just turned like 44 or 45. I was sitting at the mall and it was a summer day. So you know how summer is. I had on my tank top, my long skirt. And I was just sitting out there. It was like early, late spring, and I enjoying the sunlight. And this young man walked up and he said, hello. And I don't know if my face was back. And I said, hello, because I was kind of puzzled. Why would he be saying hello to me? And he said, can I get your number? And I laughed. I said, no. I said, my daughter is 19. And you are, and he said, I'm 19 too. And so? He said, I asked you for your number. I didn't ask your daughter. Oh, whoa. I laughed. And he said, made fun of you, didn't I? He said, yeah. He said, you thought that it was over, right? He said, yeah, but I'm 19. I'll do you. And I said, you have mommy issues or something? And he's like, no, you are my issue. And he walked away. Opened my eyes, didn't it? Totally did. I was like, wait a minute. Because, you're sitting there thinking, oh, well, no, ladies, change the way you think. If you are single, change the way you think. Start looking at yourself for yourself. If your husband, when you turn 45, 50, your husband became disinterested in you sexually, then you become uninterested in him. He tells you, well, you gained weight. Tell him you gained weight too. Look at your big belly, right? He tells you you're flabby. Tell him you're flabby and loose too. And you go do something about you. You go get interested in yourself and start doing you to make you live better and feel better. So while he's chasing some 20-year-old or 25-year-old who's going to leave him anyway and take his money and run for the hills with a child, so he'll have to work for the rest of his life and pay child support, you just laugh and take your half of everything that you got from the marriage and keep it moving? How about going on a trip to Europe with your girlfriends? Huh? Revelation. Huh? Right? Let me see. Have a great day, Harry. Thank you. Chat with you later, right? Do you see what I'm saying? So I gotta go. People are leaving. And I gotta go. I have something to do at 11. So life is not over. Change the messaging. It's all about how you think, and it's all about how you feel, right? It's not over. It's not over. Change it. Change the way you think about it. If you feel like you're not making enough lubrication, certainly go and employ some other tactics. If you feel like you want to go do laser surgery, go do it. They do it all. People do that all the time. If you feel like maybe you just need to go work out and do some squats or whatever, go do it. Go do yoga, join a yoga class, color your hair, start there, right? Start working on your skin again so your skin looks new. Change your lifestyle, change your habits. That's very important. Your habits is where all this negativity is formed. Stop listening to people who are telling you that you are chained to a story that aging means life is over and it's over for you. It's not. You can be great at any age and look great and act great and feel great and perform just as well in bed. It's a muscle. Use it. Work it, right? Your husband, you're still married and you've been married together for 40 years. Find new ways of doing it. Go on vacation. Go to other places. Go see other stuff. Stimulate your mind mentally and see how that will bring about a change in your life. Remember, it's not over till it's really over, right? Right? Enjoyed that, right? Thanks, everybody. I really appreciate you tuning in and talking and so on. And if you have any questions, inbox me. Like I said, any of you live in the Southeast Michigan area and you want to go find out what to go shopping with, I'll be happy to show you. Girl, get it together. Go get some Fredericks of Hollywood and go to Victoria's Secret. Get a new revelation. Because the people who are telling you, well, this is only for ages 55 and up. When you show up, they need to say, what 55? Right? Sit down, cross your legs, and say, well, now I have lived, right? And smile a lot. So drink more water, right? Get your skin looking good, right? Change your makeup if you have to. Go color your hair, get a new haircut, whatever works. Get a new extensions. I don't care, whatever it is that makes you feel good, right? Lose some weight. Go walking, do some exercises, right? If you feel like getting a tummy tuck, go do it if it's safe, right? Go look at yourself. Change your jewelry. Change out your bedroom set. Because your kids are like, Mom, your grown kids come over. They want you to be grandma so that you can help them raise their kids while they continue to have fun at 30. You need to look at them and say, wait, I gave up my youth to give you life. I know you want me to give up my time so you can go still have fun while I raise your kids. Not going to happen. Here's what is going to happen. I am only going to babysit these children at such and such a time, and you're going to come and pick them up. If you don't pick them up, I'm dropping them off at your house and calling CPS. Drop the ball, people. Put your foot down. Because as long as you continue to be there and apathetic and accommodating, they're going to keep pushing and pushing. Tell them, you don't come pick your kids up. I'm going to call CPS and tell them you're an irresponsible parent. So come and get your kids because I have a life and you need to respect that. They will respect the boundary. You see what I'm saying? Tell them, I got to go. I gave up my life so you could have life. No, you need to give me. You owe me this. Take care. And all I'm asking you to do is take care of your children. Right? I'm available at such and such a time. When it's over, come get your kids because I got to go. I have a life too. Right? Rethink it, right? It's all in the messaging, isn't it? It's all in the messaging. That's all I got to say. I'm done. If you have any questions, feel free to inbox me if you don't want to share it. And for sure, if you think there's anybody who needs to hear this message, share this video with them. Go to my YouTube page, find out what we talked about yesterday on erectile dysfunction. Same things happen with men. We just need to rethink, change our nutrition, change our habits. Our negative thinking, our habits is what's killing us, our habits. Break the chains, break the chains of negativity. Break it. And start thinking youthful. Start thinking youthful, right? Feed your body with nutrients and minerals so it rejuvenates your cells continually, right? I hang out with some young people. My children are young. I hang out with them. They keep me young. I like to hear what they're thinking, right? All right. See you. I love you. Thank you. It's been a pleasure on this terrific Tuesday. Thank you so much for making my day. I had fun. Thanks, everybody. Be blessed. See ya. See ya. I had the greatest time ever. And I just want to tell you, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Bye for now.